Howdy, y'all! Today's the day you get to be a little creative with this project. You get to pick any school-appropriate silhouette to put in front of this moon, in front of our tints and shades. A silhouette, remember, is a shadow cast directly on an object. So it's a perfect outline in black of the object that it is. I have a cat drawn here. It's just the outline of the cat. There are no eye details, there's no feet that you can see, because it's just the very outer outline of a sitting cat. You don't see any details inside. So think about what object you want to be sitting in front of that moon. Make sure you pick something that will be simple and easy to cut out. If you do too many tiny details, it might be too difficult to show the picture you want successfully. In order to show you better my silhouette of my cat here, I'm using white chalk pastel so that it's brighter in the camera. You are not going to be using chalk pastel. You're going to outline your silhouette with pencil so that you can erase it. Even these whiskers, I'm like, oh boy, they're kind of small. Am I going to be able to cut those out with scissors? I think I'll be able to handle it, but see how I'm drawing them kind of extra fat? Make it easy on yourself. Don't draw anything too tiny here. Okay, I always tell the kindergartners this. Imagine your scissors are a car, and the line you're cutting is the road. You need to keep your scissors or car or motorcycle or bus, whatever, on the road. Your other hand is going to steer the wheel. If you need to take a right turn, your other hand is going to do the turning. The scissors are going to do the driving and the chomping. It's especially important when you're cutting out little things like these tiny little whiskers. I'm going to make sure I turn right and turn left to follow those lines I drew. Silhouettes are cool because you can flip them any way you want. I could flip my cat to have the tail on the right side, or I could flip it like this with the tail on the left side. And that's what I've decided to do. I also wanted to show you some other ideas, maybe some more complicated ideas for those of you who want to challenge. Your silhouette should not ever be bigger than this cat. Otherwise, it's going to cover up too many of your beautiful tints and shades. And then your silhouettes, on the other hand, should never be smaller than this, probably. Otherwise, it's like they're just too small compared to the rest of the picture. You're not going to be able to notice them enough. This wolf on a pile of rocks here howling at the moon is an example of a medium-sized silhouette you could do. And I'm going to show you how some tips on gluing these. If you made a silhouette that lives on the ground, like a wolf howling, you're not going to glue the silhouette in the middle of the paper, floating in the air, are you? No. This wolf on the rock needs to be touching the edge, the bottom edge of this paper to make the picture make sense. On the other hand, if you drew a silhouette of something that lives in the air, like bats or birds or clouds, well then you need to glue them up in the air, not on the ground. And try to be creative where you place everything. Figure it out before you start to glue. You could even make many silhouettes, like this picture here. You can make a couple of bats and a howling wolf. Be creative, yeah. I'm going to stick with my kitty cat. And when you glue, you're using glue bottles, and you need to make sure the edges are covered as well as the middle, so that there's no flippy flappies sticking up. You want it to look finished and nice, don't you? I hope so. Yeah. Remember, this is a kitty cat. Kitty cats live on the ground. They don't fly up in the air. I need to make sure the bottom edge of my silhouette matches the bottom edge of my tints and shades. And then I'm going to press everywhere to make sure there's no flippy flappies again. This goes in the drying rack, and ladies and gentlemen, we're finished. You did it. You've done it. It's beautiful. It is creative. It is masterful. Oh my gosh, love it, love it, love it.